के अस्सलाम वालेकुम। टू द लाइट हाउस नावल है बाय वर्जीनिया वुल्फ। इसकी समरी जो है वो मैंने करवा दी थी। इसके शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस हैं वो भी कर लेते हैं। आज शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस करेंगे टू द लाइट हाउस के। ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट। क्वेश्चन 1 है, व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट मिसेस रैमसे? मिसेस रैमसे इज़ द वाइफ ऑफ अ फिलोसोफर। शी इज़ हर 50s and mother of 8 children. She is very loving and caring woman. Who is Lily Briscoe? Lily Briscoe is a painter. She is a middle-aged woman. She is like a philosopher who paints her thoughts on canvas. Write a few lines about Mr. Ramsay. Mr. Ramsay is a philosopher. He studies subjectives as well as objective part of life. He wants to find reality about things. He is of 60 years when the novel opens. What do you know about Charles Tansley? Charles Tansley is a fan of Mr. Ramsay. He writes the influence of something on somebody. Ramsay children dislike him. Who is Minta Dolly? She is young woman. She is the daughter of Ramsay's friend. Mrs. Ramsay arranges her marriage with Paul Raleigh. What do you know about Andrew Ramsay? Andrew Ramsay is the eldest son of Mr. Ramsay. He wants to be a mathematician but dies in a battlefield. What is the chief quality of Rose Ramsay? Rose Ramsay is expert in decorating things. She is the daughter of Mr. Ramsay. Who is Peru? She is the daughter of Mr. Ramsay. She is famous for her beauty. She dies of childbirth. What is the hobby of Jasper? Jasper is fond of hunting birds. He is the son of Mr. Ramsay. What do you know about Nancy Ramsay? Nancy Ramsay is the daughter of Mr. Ramsay. She goes to the beach with Manta and Paul to visit the lighthouse. Who is Augustus Carmichael? Augustus Carmichael is a poet. He is in habit of eating opium. He dislikes Mr. Ramsay. Write a few lines about William Bankies. William Bankies is a philosopher. He is one of the friends of Mr. Ramsay. He is bachelor. He is in his 60s. Who is the caretaker of the lighthouse? Mrs. McNabb is the caretaker of the lighthouse. She is a gentlewoman. She sweeps the lighthouse with the help of Mrs. Bast. She is in her 70s. Who is the sailor that takes Ramsay's family to the lighthouse? McAllister is the sailor that takes Ramsay's family to the lighthouse. He is very caring and jolly fellow. Next, what do you mean by patriarchy society? Patriarchy society is a society where males are dominant. This term may be applied to a house where the father is dominant. What does Mr. Ramsay mutter while strolling in the garden? Mr. Ramsay mutter poetry while strolling in the garden. He is in habit of talking to himself. What promise does Mrs. Ramsay make with James? Mrs. Ramsay promises with James to go to the lighthouse next week. James is touchy to go there. What is the opinion of Mr. Ramsay about visiting the lighthouse? Mr. Ramsay is not ready to go to the lighthouse next week because he thinks weather unsuitable for rowing a boat. What does Lily Briscoe portray while standing in the lawn? Lily Briscoe portrays Mrs. Ramsay while standing in the lawn. Mrs. Ramsay is sitting on terrace with James. What idea does Minta hit upon while taking her dinner? While taking her dinner, Minta hits upon an idea that moving a tree to different position can solve the problem she has been having with the portrayal of her painting. What is the reaction of children to James when he asks them to go to the lighthouse? The children are not willing to go to the lighthouse with Mr. Ramsay. They are reluctant when he asks them to get ready. Does Mr. Ramsay prize Lily? No, Mr. Ramsay wants to prize Lily, but he is unable to do so. So Lily prizes of his shoes. In response, he tells the manufacturing details of his shoes. तो कैसे करते हैं, हाफ आज कर लेते हैं, हाफ कल कर लेंगे। 48 क्वेश्चंस हैं इसके टोटल। सो हाफ आज हाफ कल 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर लेते हैं, नहीं तो वीडियो ज़्यादा लंबी हो जाएगी। ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज़। स्टे ट्यून एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल फॉर फर्दर वीडियोज़। अल्लाह हाफिज़।